I am just popping in to give some words of encouragement. I have been sick. Um, well, chronically ill folk were always sick, right? But I um, I was in a lot of pain and I was very uncomfortable throughout my entire body. My legs were very weak and just everything was super heavy. But I have a tip for advocacy. A lot of times when you are not used to um, being in a doctor's office, or you have a new specialist, or all of a sudden you need to see all these doctors, there will be a need for you to be assertive. You have to, just because they're doctors and they're nurses and they've gone to school, they studied, but you know your body, you know you. A lot of stuff they can't tell you about you because you're different. You're an individual. They'll talk about, I've seen this before, and it doesn't matter what they've seen before. You're different. You're coming in there with a unique situation because it's yours. So while somebody might have a symptom to a certain disease that you might be thinking you have, it doesn't mean that you have it. You know what I'm saying? So when you go into a new doctor's office, have your questions ready. Do not leave without your questions being answered. And if you feel an inkling of them gaslighting you or catering to insurances, making you go through all these things because of your insurance, you have to find a new doctor. I've seen a lot of people waste time with doctors, um, and they're not healing. My first rodeo, I wasted time with a couple of doctors, and then I got the hang of things. And when I noticed the feeling of the appointments that I went to, because they did not know what was wrong with me, it was, oh, maybe you should take this, and and um, try to lose some weight and come back in 3 months. No, sir, ma'am. Before I got like really, really sick, I was so against medication. I was so against medication and certain things, but now, child, give me my medicine. Because, listen, I didn't have 2 days worth of my medicine and I went through it. This type of illness that I have, sure, you can be holistic, you can be natural. But this took me from being a person who just had a lupus diagnosis to a person who has trouble getting out of bed in a day. All of a sudden, I couldn't walk right. I needed help walking. I needed help getting up out of the car. I couldn't go upstairs. So, by no means do I mean that lupus is not or could not be this extreme, but my lupus was under control at the time. So it was sort of a sudden shock for me to have to be totally disabled, in such a sudden manner. Everybody's issue is different, and I love the folks that are on here that I've met who are also chronically ill. I don't feel well right now, and I need more than just do this and do that. Discuss my blood work with me. Discuss my test results with me. Answer any questions that I have. Your doctor's appointment is for you, not for the doctor. A lot of times you'll feel like the doctor's appointment, you have to be, dressed nice and calm. It's not an interview for you. It's an interview for the doctor. Remember that. You're interviewing your doctors when you go in because you always have the option to have a new doctor. So if you're going into a doctor's office, have your questions prepared. Know what's going on in your body. Write down all your symptoms. Write down how you feel in the morning, how you feel at lunchtime, how you feel at night, what the illness is affecting, what difficulties you have. Write it all down, because this is what you need to discuss with your doctor. So I hope this helps somebody, because for me, I had to learn it all on my own because I was in denial of being ill and having constant pain all the time and weakness and brain fog, and it's tough to navigate when you were an active person. So, all right, y'all. I was just popping in to you know give you a little love because I felt like I didn't make a video for my chronically ill folks. Bye.